Night. Your Subway sub of the game, brought to you by Subway of New Mexico, is Joe Furstinger. Furstinger brought his patented energy off the bench. His enthusiasm got the Wise Pies Arena crowd into it. Joe with 6 points and 3 rebounds tonight. Furstinger 2 of 4 from the floor, 2 of 3 from the line. Also, Furstinger logged 20 big minutes off New Mexico's bench. He is your Subway sub of the game. Subway restaurants keep you going on and off the court. Stop in today. Subway, eat fresh. All right, it's time for the State Farm Insurance combination of the game. You know, when you have the right combination, great things happen like this. Lob it left baseline here to Tim. Tim draws the double team in the corner. He's trapped, finds an open Furstinger for the two-hand finish. Big dunk by Joe, and a chance for an and one. There it is, your State Farm Insurance combination of the game. Talk to an agent about combining your home and auto into a plan that's right for you. Here to help life go right, State Farm is the final. All right, time to listen in for our P&M Reliable Player of the Game, and there really is no doubt tonight he played a career-high 37 minutes this evening, and it's a career-high 17 points. He knocked down 3 long balls. Your P&M Reliable Player of the Game is Lobo swingman, sophomore Dane Kuiper. Elijah catches off the inbound feed from Kuiper and now flips it right wing to Dane. He fires it inside to O for the two-hand hammer. Great find by Kuip. Great finish by O, and a chance for an and one. One of Dane Kuiper's 3 assists. He added 4 rebounds. He shot 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 5 from the arc, 2 of 2 from the line. 17 points in 37 minutes. The point total for Kuiper is also a career high. Kuiper with a terrific floor game tonight. He is your P&M Reliable Player of the Game. P&M is here for you and all of New Mexico. Reliable people, reliable partner in our communities, reliable power. Nationally, P&M consistently ranks among the best for keeping the lights on. Hunter, there has certainly been a thought from the fan base here in Albuquerque for some time that it was time for Dane Kuiper to start to get significant minutes at the small forward position. Well, as he has transitioned to the starting lineup here the last 2 games, the overtime game over the weekend and now here tonight, 37 of the 40 minutes tonight, Kuiper seems to be entrenched at that spot now. Yeah. It's time for our Delta Dental coaches' comments. They are brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. We welcome in Lobo head coach Craig Neal. And Coach Neal, let's just first off start off with your thoughts tonight.
My thoughts is, I thought we played okay in the first half. I thought we showed some signs of playing good basketball. You're up 5 going into halftime. You had one possession when you get a stop down here. You have one possession with 12 seconds. You're telling the kid to call timeout, which is fine, and he keeps going. Then you got to go, well, just go. He didn't call it, and then we turn it over. We just get lucky that we don't, hit a 3. We go in 6 at halftime or 5 at halftime. Was it 5? Yeah. 6. Yep. 6. And then we come out. I sent them out a little bit early because I just thought they looked lethargic. I looked like they were like in quicksand, and I sent them down a little bit early to get them going. And then they went on a 22-9 run the first 8 minutes. And, it's just really hard for us to play at a certain level that we expect and a level that they've played with several times this year and play so much zone. And we can't do that. We got to get back to playing man-to-man defense. And, you're kind of strapped because Jalen got in foul trouble. You only have one, he's the only point guard who can really play. I tried to bring Jordan in, but he's not ready. I mean, it's a tough spot for him. He hasn't played since the San Diego State game, and Anthony's doing the best he can. He's just not a point guard. Right. But we couldn't get it going. I think their zone affected us. We couldn't get the ball inside. I think we stood a lot. We didn't have player movement and ball movement. We didn't shoot the ball from 3. We're not shooting the ball. We just got to find some other guys to score. We can't rely on Elijah and Tim to score all the points. But I thought Dane was a bright spot. I thought Jalen did some good things. But they made some plays. We had a situation, we're up 64-61, and we give them a 3. We didn't get them off the line again. When you play zone, I don't know exactly, guys. I'd have to look through the stat sheet. I'll bet you there was 5 or 6 times where there was late clock, and we let them shoot a three instead of make them put it on the floor and make a pass. So, I mean, there's things that we've discussed as staff, and there's just things that we talk to our guys as a group. And, you know, this is an excuse for my kids, and I worry about my kids. But I think the effect of everything around what happened the other night affected them. I think all the text and all the Twitter and everything, it's hard. And I think it really affected them. I think, you know, when you go through what we went through the other night, I think, you know, that takes a little wind out of their sails and also takes some of their confidence, because you can't keep kids off social media. They can't keep people talking to them. I mean, you just can't do – it's hard to do. And, you know, I think it affects us in this city, in this – I mean, this basketball, we got passion for basketball here. It's people care. Yeah. And so, you know, you get kids get involved in that. And we've told them that, you know, they got to maintain, you know, just try to be really, really, you know, don't let it affect you. But I think sometimes it does. I really do. But I just didn't think we had the energy. I mean, we're going to give them a day off tomorrow just to get them out of here and clear the mind. Then we're going to meet with them on Thursday. But we just couldn't seem to get – we had it, and we start getting there, and then we just couldn't get over the hump.
Yeah, it seemed like the energy was low.
I mean, it was really low.
You could feel it in the pit, other than Firstinger. I mean, he came in and
I thought Joe came in and gave great energy, but I think he got to the 20-minute mark and he got tired just because he hadn't played that much. Right. And you know, as a player, Hunter, you just – if you haven't played that much and you played 20 minutes in a row and do some things, you know, he did some bright spots, and I thought was terrific in the first half. But, you know, we got in foul trouble with Jalen, had to go zone. We played zone a lot. We did a good job in it. Then they started figuring it out, but we just didn't get them off the line. They made 9. And I don't know, you know, in the first half, they make 4. And they make 5 in the second half, and I'll bet you 4 of the 5 were late clock. You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, defensively, Abasha Jet, he had 7 blocks.
He was great in the first half.
And then he didn't play much in the second half.
Because they went small. Mm-hmm. They went small, and Joe was playing so well.
Right.
And Joe was giving us some energy. Okay. And you have to make a decision. Right. You know, I mean, I can put him back in the game, but Joe's playing pretty good. You know, we're playing with energy, you know. There's some things, you know, at the end, there's 49 seconds to go, and I just thought we'd get a stop, and we did. Yeah. And we had the play called in the timeout. You know, if you watch the tape, we didn't run, you know, I have a freshman point guard that's playing extremely well. We run it. I think Elijah gets it late. Dane's open over here on the other side, wide open. So, I mean, it's things like that, but you have to get a 3. But guys, we had opportunities, 62-61, to get a rebound. We had opportunity where Dane lost the ball right here, and they're not trying. I mean, those are certain situations that we got to continue to get better on. But first, I just think they didn't have much oomph to their step tonight.
And struggling from the 3, your only way to produce points has been in the paint with Tim. And then at the free throw line, and it seems that the Rebels took that away.
Well, yeah, when they play zone, you're not going to get as many foul shots. And we couldn't get our transition game going. No. We didn't get any transition game going. I mean, we had 10 transition fast break points, but I'll bet you those were just dribble up and shoot or, you know, whatever. But we just couldn't. The things that are still affecting us that we got to continue to work on, and my staff's worked tirelessly on it, we've got to stop transition points. We got to stop points off of transition. I mean, off of turnovers. Mm-hmm. You know, we don't sprint back, and we've been working on it. We're doing drills now to do it. We're not sprinting back after a make. It's like we celebrate and we don't get back, and people are getting it out and they're running right back at us. And so those transition points off of turnovers. That's what's been hurting us too. And then the big thing, rebounds. Offensive rebounds, and they're hurting us. They got 12 tonight. We just can't continue to get give them 12 offensive rebounds and expect to. It can't happen. We got to rebound the ball better.
You gave up 8 of those offensive rebounds in the first half and did a better job of it in the second half. But then at the end, a couple of big
two in a row.
Crucial ones.
They got 2 in a row. We did a really good job till they get 2 in a row. But you're going to struggle if you don't go and you're not aggressive and you're not in attack mode and you're in zone and a shot goes up, and if you're not go get anybody, if you don't go block somebody out, it's a lot harder in zone to rebound. So
you got to find a man. Yeah.
You got to find a man. You got to go get the ball, and it's just one of those things.
Dane Kuiper, 37 minutes tonight. He was terrific. Did he tire a little bit? That's the most he's ever played.
He probably tired a little bit, but I gotta help him blossom to be a player he can be. And we just didn't get some things from other people, and maybe I should have played a here. Damian comes in, he tries. Young guys, they're trying to make something happen, and they don't understand that you just can't come in and the first time you catch it, shoot it, and the second time you catch it, you go 1-on-4. I mean, those are things that they have to learn, and it's just not, it's not, conducive to do things like that for us to be productive.
Did you like the threes that Elijah took tonight? Were they good shots?
I didn't think the one he shot over at the end was that bad. I've seen him make those before, but I don't think he took any. I don't think he took any real bad ones. He might have took one to start the second half behind a screen, but he's made those before too. But he was 0 for 5. Maybe he's been 0 for in a game before, but I can't remember one for a while.
Any thought, rather than go for the three to tie, to drive it straight at the goal and try to extend the game? Get a foul?
That's the play. Is that the play is we run the play and Jalen's got an opportunity to drive and get 2. It's a similar play that Jordan did against UTEP when he drove and got 2. So there's options. There's options to do that, but it just didn't. Maybe we worked on. We work on situationals a lot. We just got to continue to get better at it.
Well, it doesn't get easier because Colorado State is off to a good start.
Yeah,
that's where you go next.
It doesn't get any easier for us.
Coach, how do you support these young men going, and now, after 2 home losses, now hitting the road?
Well, the biggest thing is we're going to get out of here because they haven't had some time off in a while. We've had pretty quick games, turnarounds, and travel, so we're going to get them out of here tomorrow. Then we'll come back on Thursday and hopefully come back on Thursday and regroup. Hopefully they'll be energized, ready to go again. Being on the road, you get a little bit more focused because you're together so much. Be real positive with them. They've shown flashes where they can play good basketball. They've shown flashes where they can play bad basketball. So we got to get the good basketball on a more consistent basis.
All right, Coach Steele.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks,
appreciate
Coach.
it.
Your Delta Dental Coaches comments brought to you by Delta Dental of New Mexico. Almost 400,000 New Mexico residents. They're covered by Delta Dental plans. For more information, log on to deltadentalnm.com. Big thank you to our producer and engineer in the studios of Learfield tonight. That's Dave Jordan, on-site engineer extraordinaire, Michael Carlisle. They both did a terrific job. My broadcast partner is Hunter Green. I'm Robert Portnoy. Scott Stigler is up next with the Overtime Call-In Show, taking your phone calls on the flagship station, 770 KKOB, the 50,000-watt blowtorch. And, Hunter, we'll be headed to Fort Collins through Denver, and we'll be ready for the Lobos and Colorado State coming up on Saturday. It's an afternoon affair. The Lobos will take on Colorado State at 12 noon. Our airtime will be 11:30 with the Bank of the West pregame show. And, we wondered how they would respond after Saturday's loss, and would there be a hangover? And I think Coach Neal talking about the fact that they looked lethargic even in halftime, up 6, and he sent them out here early to try to get the blood flowing and get the energy going and see if they could find it. Didn't happen.
Yeah, we all felt it. I mean, the pit crowd felt it. How do you? That's again, the job of a head coach is so difficult because you've got, you're dealing with 13 young men, different, emotions flowing, and how do you corral all these guys to kind of come in and rah and get Joe Furstinger, he came in on the bench, he did the best he could, he brought that energy, and then after that it just kind of got flat again. So
now is the time where they need to rally for each other, around each other and for each other,
right.
Come together and deliver their best effort. Whether or not the result is exactly what you want, but you got to leave it all out there on Saturday. Yeah, relocate that. All right, that's it for us for tonight from Wise Pies Arena. New Mexico drops its 3rd straight in league. They're 2-3 at conference. The Lobos fall to 9-8 overall. Final score for the final time tonight: the UNLV Rebels 76. The Lobos, 71. The Lobos 66. Overtime call and show up next. Scott Stigler and 770 KQOB. So long, everybody. You're listening to Lobo Basketball from Learfield.